Chosen one, your name echoes not only in the sky, but in the depths of hell. The darkness knows you and trembles at your rise. You are an unstoppable force, a legend that shakes the foundations of darkness. They have tried to destroy you, but you are stronger, braver, and more determined than ever. This is not just an ascension, it's a revolution. Hell is watching you, because you are the one who challenges its darkness. You shine like a light that breaks the chains and reveals the truth. Now stand tall, rise higher, and continue on your path. This is your time, chosen one. Post 77 in the comments now and show that you have come to rule hell. Your journey wasn't a conscious choice, but a calling that arose from the essence of who you are. The brilliance of your presence stirs awe and unease in equal measure, compelling unseen forces and even familiar faces to watch from the edges of perception, unable to grasp the depth of your purpose. Their fixation, though unsettling, serves as undeniable evidence of your inner strength. Their attempts to destabilize you are not signs of your vulnerability, but the desperation of energies that can no longer contain the inevitability of your rise. This dynamic reveals the need to explore the reasons for their focus on you, the significance of your spiritual growth, and how to maintain an unyielding path toward your higher purpose. The astral dimension teems with unseen struggles, a battlefield where concealed forces attempt to distort reality and influence outcomes. You are not a bystander here. You are an active participant whose presence challenges long-held shadows of control and manipulation. These forces thrive on disarray and exploit the unguarded, but your ability to perceive through their illusions creates a disruption they cannot easily withstand. Like a torch brought into a hidden cavern, your awareness illuminates truths they have long sought to obscure. In this role, you are more than a disruptor. You are a force for revelation, dismantling their systems of dependency and fear. As they attempt to counter your influence, their actions only affirm your growing impact. Every effort to instill doubt or confusion exposes their increasing instability in the face of your grounded resolve. Each step you take toward alignment magnifies the fractures in their structures, signaling a profound shift in the balance of power. Rather than fighting against their chaos, you are unraveling it from within. Like the erosion of a once mighty cliff, their efforts falter before the persistence of truth. This struggle is not one of survival, but of transformation, where the old makes way for the unstoppable emergence of the new. To truly liberate yourself, it's essential to establish boundaries that shield your energy from the encroachments of others. Picture yourself forging an unbreachable sanctuary, an inner stronghold built with clear intention and unshakable resolve. Sever ties that no longer serve your growth, visualizing each connection as a thread delicately cut to release its hold. Turn to the grounding power of nature, drawing strength from its steady presence to dispel the turbulence that seeks to destabilize you. By cleansing your space and spirit through deliberate practices, you preserve your clarity and create an environment where no disruptive force can linger. These acts of self-preservation do not merely defend, they catalyze profound change. They allow you to reclaim scattered fragments of your energy, refocusing your purpose with renewed precision. Emotional release becomes a cornerstone of this process. Cast away inherited burdens and free yourself from anger, which only binds you to the past. Recognize that letting go is not an act of loss, but an assertion of your sovereignty. With every cord severed, your autonomy strengthens. Nothing remains that can diminish your momentum, and the space you create becomes a testament to your mastery of your own narrative. This newfound clarity isn't just protection, it's transformation in its purest form. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. For those who rise beyond the ordinary, there exists a space designed not for comfort, but for transformation. It is a gathering of visionaries who refuse mediocrity, a network where every interaction reshapes possibilities. Weekly, hundreds converge, not for fleeting motivation, but to absorb practical frameworks that redefine their trajectory. These insights aren't temporary sparks. They're enduring strategies captured for continuous empowerment. In this realm, connection isn't just social, it's catalytic. It's a crucible where the most dynamic ideas and energies collide, creating ripples that extend far beyond the moment. The pursuit of mastery demands tools and systems that elevate the mundane into the extraordinary. Hidden within are systems to unlock the art of shaping reality itself, a collection of deeply rooted wisdom and modern methodologies that together enable transformation at every level. From crafting an environment that amplifies abundance to commanding unseen forces to align with your goals, the possibilities are limitless. This collective isn't merely a resource, it's a revolution of minds dedicated to transcendence. It offers immersive teachings and unfiltered accounts that challenge the status quo, pushing boundaries and shifting paradigms. There was a time when trust felt earned, but came cloaked in subtle dissonance. In the quiet moments, the unease was palpable, a faint, indescribable weight that hinted at unseen truths. In retrospect, every interaction carried an imbalance, not visible, but deeply felt. One night, a vivid dream revealed the essence of this connection, silent and unspoken, yet heavy with intent. The clarity that followed was undeniable. The energy exchanged was one-sided, leaving a trail of depletion in its wake. Upon reflection, patterns emerged, gestures and words that seemed supportive yet served only a singular purpose. Without confrontation or conflict, a silent choice was made to sever the connection, not in anger, but in liberation. The distance created spoke louder than any discussion could have. The release was transformational. The void they left became an open space for renewal, a lighter existence, free from the invisible ties that once held sway. Transformation often begins with moments of internal upheaval. The exhaustion, the vivid dreams, the amplified sensitivity to the world, all are signals of a profound recalibration. What appears as chaos is the shedding of what no longer aligns, a necessary process to step into a higher resonance. These fluctuations are not weaknesses, but thresholds, marking the passage from the old into a refined state of being. Emotions rise not to overwhelm, but to cleanse, carving out a path for new energy to flow and settle into clarity and strength. In realms unseen, your presence is a beacon that cannot be ignored. This is not a mere journey of development, but a refinement of your essence. Each unseen encounter shapes your abilities, tempering them like a craftsman forging steel. These challenges are not incidental. They serve as catalysts, transforming every encounter into a step closer to mastery. Periods of rest are not indulgences, but essential intervals where the tumult of transformation settles into strength. Resistance to these shifts only delays the inevitable awakening of your true potential, for your evolution is an active force, and every trial serves as the foundation of your unstoppable transformation. Abilities cultivated through perseverance are never arbitrary. They are born from the fires of experience. Just as the night sky reveals the stars most clearly in darkness, the trials you face illuminate your path with unmistakable guidance. Your intuition sharpens, cutting through falsehoods with undeniable precision, while your connection to higher realms grows as steady and natural as the tide. Signs align around you, not as random events, but as affirmations of your trajectory, grounding your existence in a purpose that is as expansive as it is personal. The refinement of your gifts is not a punishment, but preparation, discarding all that is unnecessary and revealing the essence of your being. This is the process of becoming, and in declaring it, you claim your truth. Nothing can diminish the light that defines your journey. The ethereal plane operates on principles more profound than those of the material world. Intentions ripple outward with a force that multiplies in strength, carrying consequences to their origin with unwavering precision. This balance ensures that every action is met with its due reflection. Disruptors of your path, those who seek to interfere with your progress, find themselves entangled in the repercussions of their choices. Attempts to hinder your growth only tighten the web of chaos they have spun, leaving no escape from the echo of their intentions. Their unraveling is not yours to manage, but a reflection of universal order, where balance is restored without compromise. The changes in the laws that govern your path reflect your elevated mission. Old agreements no longer bind you, and every action against your growth now carries undeniable consequences. This shift is not a defensive mechanism, but a statement of purpose, reinforcing the sanctity of your journey. The energies of disruption that once operated in shadows now face the full clarity of their reflection. Their impacts reverberate back to their source, amplified by the integrity of your alignment. Where there was once evasion, there is now accountability. This is the recalibration of order, honoring the work you have done to rise. Through this restoration, those who interfere will face not vengeance, but the inevitable consequences of their own actions. The universe stands as both witness and enforcer, ensuring that your ascension remains untouchable and unshakable. Alignment, not evasion, is the foundation of your unshakable presence. The dynamics of your journey have shifted, rewriting the energetic framework that protects your growth and purpose. These shifts are not defensive measures. They affirm your sovereignty and reinforce the boundaries of your evolution. As you move forward, the layers of deception that once cloaked those who acted against you will unravel. Secrets once held tightly will be illuminated, and the weight of their actions will collapse under their own inevitability. The fragile structures of their manipulation will fail, and their pretenses will fall away, leaving them exposed to the undeniable reality of cause and effect. Their choices echo back to them, magnified by the very forces they sought to exploit. As justice unfolds, the clarity of these consequences will be swift, leaving no room for denial. Your presence disrupts the fabric of their perceptions, forcing a confrontation they cannot avoid. The energy you project challenges their understanding, unsettling their attempts to control and manipulate. To them, you are an enigma, a force that transcends their comprehension. Your influence destabilizes the stagnant patterns they cling to, creating a ripple that forces reflection and reveals their inner disarray. This energy sets you apart, casting you as both a mirror and a disruptor. Their inability to define or categorize you magnifies their discomfort, compelling them to examine the parts of themselves they would rather ignore. This friction arises not from detachment on your part, but from their struggle to reconcile their limited perspective with the depth of your existence. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. This dissonance distorts their perception of you, creating a fragmented narrative they use to justify their actions. Instead of acknowledging your true complexity, they craft a superficial version of you, reducing your presence to a simplified image that serves their needs. This imagined version allows them to act without accountability, distancing themselves from the real consequences of their behavior. They attack not the person you are, but the projection they've fabricated, a distortion that shields them from facing their own shortcomings. In building this false construct, they avoid the responsibility of empathy, justifying their actions through an illusion they have created. Imagine a potter at the wheel, shaping clay with precision and care. If the clay resists the hand, refusing to yield, it eventually collapses under its own rigidity, no longer capable of becoming what it was meant to be. So too are those who resist truth, stubbornly clinging to illusions they've crafted to shield themselves from accountability. The hands of divine order don't force the clay. They simply allow its resistance to unravel it. The collapse isn't a punishment. It's the natural outcome of refusing to align with what is real. The moment arrives when the veils of deception are torn away and they are left staring into the reflection of their own choices. No longer hidden by half-truths or misdirection, the raw consequences of their actions stand before them. What they thought they controlled crumbles like a house built on shifting sand. The truth, relentless and unwavering, dismantles their illusions with a force that leaves no room for denial. They cannot negotiate with reality, for it operates with precision, returning to them exactly what they've sown. Their imagined dominance fades, replaced by the unrelenting presence of what they avoided. The choices they made, those they thought carried no weight, now bear down on them with undeniable clarity. The karmic balance isn't swayed by their intentions or self-justifications. It functions with absolute fairness, reflecting back to them the energy they put into the world. What was once hidden in the shadows is brought into the light, exposing every crack and flaw in the narratives they constructed to protect themselves from accountability. As the structures of their delusions crumble, they are left to navigate the chaos they created. They must grapple with the very harm they sought to inflict, experiencing firsthand the consequences they thought they could escape. Like a dam, finally giving way under the pressure of unrelenting water, their resistance collapses and the flood of truth leaves no stone unturned. This reckoning is not revenge, it is balance, an inevitable return to order that cannot be avoided or delayed. Meanwhile, the unwavering laws of divine justice continue their work. These spiritual principles are neither harsh nor lenient. They are simply unchanging. They do not discriminate or waver, ensuring that all actions, whether small or great, return to their source in full measure. The cycles of karma are woven into the fabric of existence, ensuring that energy flows back to its origin with precision. For those who sought to distort the path of another, this return can feel like a crushing weight, but it is only the weight of their own choices. And yet, even in this reckoning, there is a lesson, a chance for redemption, if they are willing to embrace it. The crumbling of their illusions clears the way for clarity, offering them an opportunity to rebuild on a foundation of truth. But that choice is theirs to make. They stand at a crossroads, with no one to blame and no defense to hide behind. Their journey forward will depend on their willingness to confront what they have tried so desperately to avoid. The collapse of their fabricated narrative isn't your concern to manage. Your role isn't to fix what they've broken or carry the burden of their reckoning. You are the steady light that remains untouched by their chaos, the proof that truth endures even when illusions fall apart. While they face the consequences of their choices, you continue forward, grounded in alignment and purpose. Their downfall is not your triumph, but their resistance only underscores the strength of your path. This moment of truth reveals the depth of your own journey. You've chosen alignment over avoidance, clarity over illusion, and growth over stagnation. While they grapple with the weight of their choices, you rise, unburdened and unshaken. The potter's wheel turns, shaping those who are willing to yield into something beautiful, while resistance only ensures the collapse of what could have been. Stand firm in your truth, knowing that the order of the universe is always at work, bringing balance, justice, and clarity to all. Your unwavering truth acts as both a shield and a lens, exposing the cracks in their stories and amplifying your influence. Their inability to reconcile their illusions with reality leaves them vulnerable, grappling with the echoes of their own distortions. This moment of reckoning is not a punishment, but a restoration, a rebalancing of energies that allows the truth to emerge. As their projections shatter, your authenticity remains intact, magnifying your strength. By reclaiming your narrative, you transform their disarray into a testament to your resilience and power. Let their unraveling serve as a reminder of your unwavering clarity and the unyielding force of your alignment. Imagine a mighty oak tree standing firm in the midst of a storm. Its roots run deep, drawing strength from the unseen depths, while the winds try in vain to tear it down. That oak tree is you, grounded, unshakable, and destined to rise. The storms represent the pull of the past, the temptations of familiar energies, and the allure of connections you've outgrown. Yet just like the oak, you are designed to endure, to stand tall, and to thrive. The past may whisper, but it no longer holds the power to shape your present or your future. Your calling is too significant to be tethered to what no longer serves you. The urge to revisit old connections isn't merely about nostalgia, it's a test of the strength you've cultivated. The pull of past energies often masks itself as comfort or unfinished business, but you've been elevated to a place where those ties no longer align with your purpose. Each barrier that keeps certain people at a distance isn't an accident. It's divine alignment in action. These barriers are not losses. They are safeguards designed to protect the sanctity of your growth. What you've overcome is proof of your resilience, not evidence of weakness. Every challenge has refined your purpose, transforming struggles into stepping stones toward the higher version of yourself. Those who try to draw you back into their orbit cannot comprehend the heights you've reached. They operate from the same playbook that once worked, but is now outdated and ineffective. Their tactics, once potent, now fall apart in the presence of your expansion. You've moved into a space they can't access, a realm where their attempts to influence or control have no power. The natural justice of divine order ensures that as they attempt to disrupt, they face the consequences of their actions. Their illusions, once carefully constructed, crumble under the weight of truth. They are left with the reality of their own limitations, forced to confront what they've avoided while you remain untouched, elevated above the chaos. There's a beauty in recognizing the intentionality of your journey. What once felt like rejection or loss was in truth a redirection to something greater. You've learned that not every hand reaching out is meant to hold yours, and not every path is meant to be walked together. The barriers that protect you now are not walls of isolation, but shields of clarity, ensuring that only what aligns with your purpose can enter your space. This is the wisdom of spiritual maturity, the ability to discern what enhances your light and what seeks to dim it. Trust this process, for it is designed with your highest good in mind. As you stand in this elevated space, the attempts to tether you to the past become glaringly obvious. Those who reach for you now do so not from genuine connection, but from their own fear of being left behind. Their motives are rooted in outdated perceptions, unable to grasp the magnitude of your transformation. They see you through the lens of who you were, not who you've become, but their vision doesn't define your reality. The distance between who they are and who you've grown to be is not yours to bridge. You owe no explanations, no reconciliations, and no compromises. Your energy is sacred, and your focus is non-negotiable. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed and let the light of the Lord guide your path. The divine order has a way of making things clear. Those who attempt to disrupt your growth find themselves entangled in the consequences of their own actions. Their interference carries a cost, one that is amplified by the spiritual principles that govern this journey. They cannot escape the ripple effects of their choices, for the energy they send out returns to them with unrelenting precision. While they face the collapse of their illusions, you stand firm in your truth, unaffected and protected. Their reckoning is not your burden to carry. It is the natural result of their resistance to the divine flow. You are not merely surviving these trials. You are thriving. Each moment of resistance, every challenge, and every attempt to pull you back has only strengthened your foundation. The person you are today is a testament to the power of perseverance and divine alignment. You've transcended the limitations of the past and stepped into a space where your light cannot be dimmed. This is your time to embrace the fullness of who you are, to walk boldly in your purpose, and to share your journey with those who are ready to rise alongside you. Your mission is vital, and your energy is unparalleled. The world needs your light, your truth, and your example. So, hold your ground. Speak your truth with conviction. Let the stories of your growth and resilience inspire others to claim their own power. This is your season of ascension, a time to rise without hesitation, to embrace your sacred purpose, and to walk in the fullness of your destiny. You are the oak tree, standing tall, unshaken by the storm, rooted in truth and destined for greatness. This is your calling, and nothing can take it from you. The forces that once caused disruption now face a reality they cannot evade. Your energy, shaped by clarity and purpose, is impervious to their attempts. Each act they directed toward harm returns to them amplified, a reflection of the energies they put forth. The journey you walk is protected, not by retreat, but by the integrity of your alignment. Your progression reveals their efforts for what they are, ineffectual remnants of an old narrative that no longer applies. They falter, but you stand firm, your mission unwavering. Share your truth, for it resonates with others on their own paths. Your light is a guide, your story a testament, and your rise unstoppable.